Whew. People in there like, where is everybody? Where is it? We're here. Okay. I can't make things go faster. All right. I was happy to, I'll say it. I was happy to make a thumbnail for King. All right. So it takes time to do these things. Who's late? Added or dirt. No one was late. Everyone was on time. It's I had to make King a thumbnail. He's got a nice little.
Where's the stop snitching sign at? We gotta have a stop snitching sign.
We don't have a stop snitching.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one made for your show.
We don't have a stop snitching sign.
I call the police on this fraud. Hold on.
Yeah. So what we're gonna be doing is at the end of the show, King will be premiering his next new video. Next new. I don't know why I said next new, but his next new video. Definitely stay tuned for that. It's a nice little video, man. And I took a little extra time for that thumbnail, guys. Took a lot of extra time for that thumbnail. I hope you guys appreciate it. So what's going on, you guys? Lord Addict here with Dark Grady and King David. Welcome back to the Addict Show. We've talked about the past, present, future game. I got my co-host with me, Dark Grady. What's going on, Dirt?
What up? Hey, man, they call it the Oreo Show. Man, show some damn respect, man. Don't y'all start. Joe Dunmore, don't you start, man. Pause.
Yo, hold up. No, in order for me an Oreo show, King would have to go first. I would have to go second. Dirt would have to go third. There we go. Now it's the Oreo show. It's the Oreo show.
On that one.
Yo, we ain't gonna do that today.
Yeah, that was funny though. That one was unique. At least you guys ain't copying people, man. At least you guys ain't
wild
copying.
Crazy.
Got $2 super chat from the Angry Therapist, who's late, addict, or dirt. Like I said, no one was late. And then we got our guest with us, man. I ain't doing the whole thing King Cog does. We got Lord King Xbox Frontline, and that's my fault. It's what you named yourself, so that's what you're being referred as. What's going on, King?
I'm doing a little good, I guess. I don't know. I don't get an intro. I'm like, come on, man. You open the door.
Hey, Dirt. This ain't no 4-hour long show. We got time restraints. Okay.
This is true. I seen how Dirt move.
Here's the thing. Like I've always structured the show. It's like a rotating door. We getting in and out, in and out, in and out. Like a Denny's. Like a Denny's, yeah, like a Denny's. So we got a pretty hectic show for you guys today, man. We got the Call of Duty reviews. We didn't talk about it last week, and I'm curious to hear Dirt's opinion on it. We got Spiderman 2 got a patch, but apparently didn't fix nothing because there's nothing wrong.
It did.
We're going to talk about that. We got Xbox visiting Blizzard. Apparently they're promising to in some way, shape, or form giving them back their independence. First off, what you guys been playing, Dirt? I'm kind of curious what you've been playing.
I've been playing Alan Wake 2, my man, and I gotta admit, it started off real slow. I'm like, okay, because I love the first one. I was like, I know it's survival horror, but it's a little slow. Then it started to pick up for me a little bit. So yeah, I'm loving it right now. I believe I'm at the end. So yeah, I've been playing that exclusively, besides my little sports games, because I wanted to finish it, then I wanted to go back and finish Starfield. Got Assassin's Creed, Mirage, got RoboCop, I got some more games I wanted to play. So
did you finish Starfield, the first part of the first campaign yet, or no, not yet?
No, I don't believe so. No.
Okay, cool.
I got like 70 hours in it, but I didn't.
You like me. Yeah, walk around.
I'm gonna take my time.
Yeah, squirrel stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I attacked that game front and center. I hit it from every angle.
Pause, man.
And I walked out and never texted to the person again. So,
this guy's
it rushed them in and out, man. I had to get through that Starfield. I still love it. I think it's an amazing thing. We are going to talk about, it has been confirmed that Monday is the nominations for Game of the Year. So I'm curious to hear on your guys' opinion on that. Next Wednesday going to be lit because it's either we're going to celebrate or we're going in. There ain't no in between. It's going to be one or the other.
One or the other.
Yeah, so
going in.
So King, what you been playing, man? What you been playing?
Well, what I'm playing right now is the Extended Family.
Oh my God, Extended Family.
Yeah. Xbox Extended Family, you get a 10-year deal. So this is what I'm playing. I'm playing Mario Wonder right now. And if y'all wondering if it's good, I can tell you, hell yeah. And nah, I've been playing Alan Wake too. Fortnite. Oh my God. Me and Addy got a chance to play yesterday. This is the first time.
Won the first game.
Yeah, we won. We went out there and put
what's funny is we got on top. We was on. I can't remember what the lake is called, and we got on top of that house in the middle, and it's just like there was so much distance between them and us, and they had to go through because there's not a lot of ways to move around in water and like back then season 1, and they stay true to the most part to keeping it how it was back then. And I'm sure they were annoyed because they're up at the top, they shooting down, and they can't get to us because all we have to do is back up a little bit. They got to jump and get it through, and we must have killed 10 people. Yeah, we must have killed 10 people in 3 minutes.
No, we had 35 kills total as a team. It was me, you, P Confusion, and
that's all.
we was playing squads, and as a team we had 35 kills, and it was just 3 of us when we beat squads.
Yeah, we beat 4. We beat teams of 4. We're just us 3. What's up, people? What's up?
Yeah, I mean, if you got your best, bring them up. I want your best and brightest. Pause. But yeah, I was playing that, and I was trying to get back to Assassin's Creed, and I'm playing Thirsty Suitors. Yo, you thirsty dudes out there, if you thirsty, and this is your MO, you really need to try it as a Game Pass. It's called Thirsty Suitors. It's from Anna Pereira. The people that brought you that one game, I did not like that game that they brought out, but this game I actually like this game right here. It's
like that the one with 2 chicks on the cover.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
the
one chick doing the sit-ups. Yeah.
Okay.
It is so dope. It's a dope game. If you like dating sims, this is a dating sim with a twist. So check it out. And I'm going to give my review on a couple other games that I'm playing, but that's a little bit later.
Yeah, so it's like I said, we got a stacked show for you guys. I think we're going to talk about the little stuff first going into this. Let's start out with the video game of the Video Game Award nominations. It's interesting that Jeff Keighley tweeted when they were being revealed. He's never done that in my knowledge.
I think before.
Yeah, he let you know what day he's going to be.
I don't remember him ever. Maybe it's because this year it's so like people want to know. I didn't notice when he did it the past years, but like it's Monday. I think like the 13th. I don't know what day is Monday. Sue me. I don't care. But so it's Monday, and there's a stacked list of games. Like the amount of games that's coming out this year is just absurd, and we have probably one of the best years of gaming upon us. And I'm just curious, we'll start with King. Like, what is your first off, do you think Starfield gonna make it? And second off, if Starfield doesn't make it, what do you think will go in its place? I'm curious on those 2 things.
Death and destruction. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I already seen the agendas a long time ago. And I know they're cognizant of it. Y'all not saving Kong, bro. So this fight is gonna be fight, and if it's a fair fight, like Ngannou, y'all saw Ngannou win the fight, but he didn't get the win, right? I don't care, man. Just make sure that game is mentioned in Game of the Year. Starfield it should be mentioned in Game of the Year. I didn't play Hogwarts Legacy, so I can't say anything about that. I did play Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I don't think that it should be nominated, but I know it will be.
I can understand why it's nominated, but I do think there are better structured games this year than Tears of the Kingdom. But I understand why people would vote Tears of the Kingdom. I just personally feel like it was literally just more Breath of the Wild, but just there's islands in the sky now.
Well, it's Breath of the Wild with nuts and bolts tacked onto it. So
to a point, I'd agree with that.
And I think nuts and bolts did it better. But I'm just saying, and y'all are gonna be like, yo, that's that Xbox bias. So what? I'm from Xbox Frontline. So what?
There you go. It is what it is.
But it's so many games this year. When I started looking back at it, and I do love Spider-Man. I do love Spider-Man. Do I want revenge for the year that God of War won in 2018? Hell yeah. I want revenge. So if Starfield is nominated and Spider-Man win, I could live with that because that means I got my revenge. Like, you know, I did it. I'm down for that. But if Spider-Man don't get nominated and Starfield don't get nominated, you better throw his show in the bushes. So it is what it is. But I want Starfield to get nominated. If it doesn't get nominated, what's in its place? Don't put 2 Nintendo games in there. Don't give me Mario Mushrooms and give me Tears of the Kingdom. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's either or. And I think Mario Mushrooms is really fun right now. I'm having a good time with it. Tears of the Kingdom, I don't think it should be, but I understand why it would be. So it's either or. Pick a Nintendo game, 1 or 2. It's funny, right? How we gonna tell them to pick a Nintendo game? We can only pick one Xbox game because it's only Starfield, right?
Right.
And we can only pick one PlayStation game. Well, no. Hi-Fi Rush will probably get best indie game of the year because it wasn't a AAA bank. It's a good start. That is not game of the year material to me. And it's a good start. Not saying that it didn't have great music, not saying that it didn't have great gameplay, not saying that it didn't have great art direction. It didn't have all that stuff. But that's like that year Strays was nominated.
Yeah, was that last year? I think it was last
year.
year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Stray shouldn't have been there.
Exactly. It should not have been there. So I don't I gotta keep the same energy.
Yeah.
And if you look at like these years that people sit there, I'm so sick and tired, and maybe you guys can agree with me when it comes to this, but it feels like all of a sudden now everyone is so obsessed with Metacritic. Like this is the biggest
I'll tell
year
you why,
I've seen people obsessed with Metacritic, because it's like if they can't justify Starfield not being there by itself, so they have to use Metacritic to like hit it down a couple notches. See your stars, that was a higher one. Alan Wake, that scored better. Like they name all these games on Metacritic. They're like, all these games did better, and it's just like, okay, Death Stranding was nominated for Game of the Year. Control was nominated for Game of the Year. There is a few examples of games that had lower Metacritic.
Death Stranding was in the 70s, wasn't it?
I don't know what.
I thought it was like 70 something, or like maybe it was low 80s. But yeah, but hey, you know what? You know why though, Attic, right? You know why Metacritic is so big now? I think it's clear because all of the other narratives are dead. Besides console sales is the only narrative they still have. But all of the other narratives, power and all this, Metacritic is something they're really focusing on, because that's all they have besides console sales. So that's why Metacritic means so much now.
Yeah, and I agree. I think that, look, you could go out there, you could say this, you could say that, but my thing is just like, let it be consistent. Because when Death Stranding got put Game of the Year, these same people saying, "Oh, it's a good game, it deserves there." It's just like, it blows my mind. Like
it's an 82.
People in the chat, I'm put you guys to work. People in the chat, is there any other games than those two that has been put in the Game of the Year conversation with nomination that scored low on Metacritic? And to me, I've always been this big standard of like, we need to fix the Metacritic system. I know people say, some other opinion shouldn't affect you. It doesn't. But to me, it's like, look how people look at Rotten Tomato these days. Like a lot of people do not consider it anything. I don't even hear about Rotten Tomato. It's just because people don't respect Rotten Tomato. I personally feel like Metacritic is on that line. It's about to get to the point where no one respects it. Yeah. And I'm sitting here screaming from the top of my lungs, let's fix this before it gets out of hand. And people are like, why do you care? And I'm like, because people should care that the review system is broken. It should be something people look at. And for some reason, I don't blame these websites for taking advantage of the Metacritic system. I blame Metacritic system for allowing them to go this far with it. Didn't Ghost of Tsushima get nominated too?
That was 83.
Yeah, so it's just like, and people had no problem Ghost being there. None. it's like I get it. Like I do. I get why people get frustrated with the matter. And it's just like, I find it like the same way when it comes to, any issue in society. Like to me, if we don't speak out on it, they'll literally never get fixed. It will be the same way it is between now and then. It's like I understood why people were complaining about the ad on Call of Duty. Do I think it was a little too much? Yeah. I don't think that justifies and that's automatically going to mean people are going to abuse the system, but I can understand why people would say, yo, if we give them an inch here, they're going to eventually use this for a mile later. So that made more sense to me. Now people sitting there acting like, look, they were literally just advertising something that you might want to play. So I think as long as it stays there, it's fine. But if it goes beyond that, like imagine if like the advertising, it started becoming about money and not what we want to play. That's the thing. It's like I'm sitting here looking at this and I'm like, all right, to me that was put up there for our benefit. Yo, Call of Duty's coming out, you might want to play it. That wasn't really put up there as a monetary value kind of thing. But I understand why people are like, we can't let it get that way, where people are like, we're just going to start, when you pop on your Xbox, first thing pops up is, like a KFC ad or a DoorDash ad. Like that is where I'm like, yo, we don't want it to get that far.
As long as it's skippable, man, I don't care, bro. Now, if it's like YouTube where you got to watch for at least 5-10 seconds, that's the issue. That's just me.
Yeah. What do you think, King?
Me personally, I feel that, advertisement has to come from someplace. I don't want to be playing the game and to pop up in the game.
Yeah, no, that's
all right.
Right.
You don't remember that time we went through? It was a while ago, but we would have brand endorsements inside games. You don't remember that?
Game. It's still a sports game.
Well, in sports games, it's natural. Mm-hmm. Right? So, like, if you're playing Madden and you see logos, or you playing what is it, Football Manager or something like that, you see banners. They are supposed to be inclusive of real world things.
True. Right.
So before we would have advertisements inside games, and they made sense. Sports games make sense.
It does. Mm-hmm.
But then when we were playing like shooter games and stuff like that, and you run past a Taco Bell,
yeah,
or you run past a KFC, and then it started to become intrusive because you understood that they paid for product placement,
like Crazy Taxi. Remember Crazy
right?
Taxi?
You remember that?
Yeah, you had to drop people off at Pizza Hut.
So that's what I'm talking about, right? So I'm talking about that, and we had got to a point where, excuse me. We had got to a point where it started becoming oversaturated, and we didn't know how to monetize it as a whole, as an industry. We didn't know how to monetize that, and then they pulled it in reins. They listened to us. We didn't like the product placement being intrusive in the games that we were playing. We liked the mythical world that they made. Like, could you imagine playing Final Fantasy and you see a McDonald's? Like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So I don't want product placement and ads like that. Spider-Man is the most egregious because I'm playing Spider-Man and Miles pops up with his last suit out of no place. Where did you make this suit from? And they make mention of the suit. Oh, that's a new suit. Oh yeah, because Spidey had a new suit. Oh, you got a new suit, but you wearing Adidas boots. I got those Adidas boots. I'm looking at your feet, bro. Then I'm looking at the suit, and Addict said, "Oh, the suit is ugly," and they force you to wear this suit. It's not an optional suit in certain segments of the game. Like certain segments of the game, you can't change from Spider-Man suit. You got to wear certain suits. In one segment of the game, I didn't know if I was able to change back, but I didn't allow me to change the suit at that one segment. I don't know. Afterwards, I didn't care. I started changing the suit after the game was over, but that was egregious. I don't even know how Spider-Man's supposed to stick to the wall with boots on his feet. But I'm just saying that product placement was a little bit egregious, and I saw people giving pushback on it.
I might be in the minority here.
Right.
Now, if they do something like drop an ad in the middle of a game, like while I'm playing and the commercial comes on, that's unacceptable. But me, it doesn't bother me. Like somebody mentioned Midnight Club. That game had product placement all through the game, from billboards to gas stations. Like you said, sports games, it makes sense because that's like real life. You see,
Right.
advertisements everywhere. But me personally, like Crazy Taxi didn't bother me at all. No, pick up these people from Pizza Hut, drop those people off at KFC. I thought it was cool, especially at that time, to see real life stores in a video game. Now, I just feel it doesn't bother me as much because just say, like, for example, Call of Duty is a big fight. What was that? Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. You were fighting like in a shopping strip, bro. They didn't have like names like McDonald's and stuff, but it was so cool to me that you were fighting in a fast food restaurant. Does it matter if it's like a Taco Bell or something? No, technically no, but it wouldn't bother me personally if it was a Taco Bell. I just
but it gotta make sense.
Yeah,
as long as it makes sense.
Yeah, I remember people complaining that they were looking into like doing ads in games that, like, when it comes to like on billboards and stuff, where they can like switch the ads throughout time on like billboards on like on games. Like, let's say you're Spiderman and you're flying around, there's a billboard there, they'll switch what that billboard is. I don't mind stuff like that because I don't feel like that's invasive. I feel like that is actually that's the most realistic shit that you could possibly have. That's what happens in real life. Like, but what I don't like is I don't want road ads. That's the number one thing I'll step my foot down. I don't want to sit there, start this cutscene, and right before we about to find out like a key twist and like Spider-Man, they roll a 10-second KFC ad.
No, that's unacceptable. That would be unacceptable right there, my brother. Can you imagine that? You about to watch a cutscene? That would be unacceptable.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right. And we get that right now. Like somebody, we had Ham Solo on, and he was talking about if you have Paramount, they do that. Mm-hmm. Right. You go on. I haven't had commercials in my shows for forever.
Oh yeah, they're getting ridiculous with it now. Now
Paramount, hold on, I got Paramount. They don't do that with me.
Well, but you got the premium, bro.
Yeah,
right, I got the premium.
Stop playing. Stop playing. Don't shame me, bro. Don't shame me.
It is intrusive, and the reason I'll say it's intrusive with that is because Netflix used to have a base thing that was with no ads, and then they had the higher tiers. But now they've removed the middle one with no ads that was higher than the first one because they either want you with ads or want you paying premium thing with 4K and everything. To me, that is really shady. No, but we're talking like a $10 difference in subscription though. We're not.
But that's get down and lay down though.
I don't mind like an $8.99.
How much is it worth to you though?
That's I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead, Addict. Because I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened to me. But go ahead, Addict.
My thing is, you shouldn't do slidey tactics like that. Like, to me, if that tier is existing, that tier should be around. You shouldn't just get rid of it because you think it's going to make you more money in the long run. Like, I can understand, to me, putting an ad one that's at like, I think it's like $7.99, that's fine, because then you're going to get those lower end people that don't mind to watch ads. But it's like, okay, now they're like, okay, you know what? Since we got the ad one there, I don't like these people on this. I want them off this middle tier. I want them on that 4K. I want them paying me $20 a month. It's like $24 a month or something like that. And to me, like, if you're doing slimy stuff like that, now if you just left the middle tier, you just kept it rolling, you kept it rolling. Like Peacock, they just recently, the reason, because initially their standard tier had no ads, and then they did another tier above that had ads. That have no ads. And what's funny is they kept you in that first one. They're like, yo, I know you were paying $8.99 with no ads. I know you were. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to downgrade you to the ad one. There is no, like, to me, that's slimy. Because originally,
that's a little different.
I had no ads on Peacock, and then just randomly, it just started.
That's a little different, Ad. That's a little different.
Listen. Yeah. All these companies in the beginning need to get you in. Right. And at the end of the day, let's keep it a buck. How many people was rocking with the no ads? We was, right? And they really want you in the highest tier for them to operate and give you the quality that you feel that you deserve and that you want to see. They need to operate at the higher bracket. All companies do, right? I don't know why PlayStation even offers a lower tier. I don't even know why. They don't want you there. They put everything in the upper tier. give only the upper tier. That's it. That's my opinion of it. Because I don't see the difference in that. Netflix, same way. So many people were sharing Netflix accounts. Y'all hurt the market. I don't want to hear none of y'all cry about Netflix is doing this and that to me when you was on your cousin, uncle's, nephew's Netflix
I agree with
account,
you,
bro.
I agree with you.
See, and to me, I don't like that either. It's like, look, you were very clear. Yo, okay, we $7.99 on Netflix back in the day. You can have up to 2 people. And then they started realizing people were just sharing 2 accounts. Okay, we'll let you share, but you gotta pay us more money for that 4v4 one, man. You can have 4 people, but you paying us. So people started paying them. Okay, take it. Take the 4. And they're like, you know what? We changed our mind. We don't want you having 4. They got to be in the same household. Like,
that's right. I mean, I'm down with that because, okay, so you go look at your numbers and you pushing your numbers because you want to get movies, you want to get sponsors, you want to do this. All right, you have 40 million people watching your joint, but only 10 million is paying.
The
hell is this? We gotta switch it up right now.
Okay.
I agree with
the
you,
thing.
man.
Here's the thing. With situations like that, my only issue is it's just Netflix, because Netflix they were giving you the option to pay to have more people on your account. To me, you can't sit there and give people an option like that and then like years later realize, no, we don't want you having that option.
But the same dude ain't in charge.
Well,
it's like presidencies.
I feel you on that, but at the same time, you took on that. That was your choice.
Nah, I don't like what he did. That's why he's fired. He got to go. I walk in the building. Why I got 40 million watching and only 10 million paying? That's BS. I'm not doing that. That's like you living in your household. You paying all the bills and you got 4 mooches in your house. It ain't gonna happen, bro. It ain't gonna happen, bro.
Right, bro. Hey,
you gonna get a job today.
I'm with King Dave, man. we got to realize, bro, we have, like, I pay for 4 different accounts that can stream Netflix simultaneously, right?
Right.
I pay for it, though. So what King is saying, there was one point, like you said, get 40 million people watching, 10 million paying for it. Come on, man. Listen, I understand Netflix is a successful business, but we gotta see how.
Joey Patterson, what does this conversation have to do with the Video Game Awards? Nothing.
Yeah, I don't know how we got this.
Derailed off the conversation.
We literally
somehow we got into ads, and then ads went into Netflix, and the Netflix went into like practices on Netflix. My bad. Let's re-rail. Let's.
I already said what I felt. Y'all got to get to y'all opinion.
All right, Dirt, how do you feel about the Game Awards? And if Starfield is not there, what do you think is going to take its place?
First of all, I think Starfield should be nominated. I don't think it will win because I feel that this is Baldur's Gate 3 year for whatever reason.
Why you played it?
Wrong. Who, me? No, I ain't played it. No,
so the hell with that. Stop voting.
I'm just going by,
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I haven't played it.
If people jumping off a bridge, you gonna jump off a bridge too?
No, of course
I'm gonna do what your mom's told you because my mom told me the same thing. Nah, man, no. I ain't voting for that.
All right, but I believe Starfield should be there, man. That game.
There we go. Say it with your chest, man.
Bro, listen. Starfield.
This is an Oreo cookie. Let's go.
Bethesda games, their previous games were nominated for Game of the Year. Their previous games were low 90s, even with all the bugs. And those games were, I don't know which one won. I believe one of them won back in the day. So why would this game, a brand new IP from Todd Howard and his team, the game is incredible. Why would this game not be nominated, at least nominated for Game of the Year? Yes, I understand Zelda is there. Okay, cool. That's a sequel to a long franchise. People say Resident Evil 4, that's a remake. People say Hogwarts Legacy. Yes, that's a great game, but it's based on a huge franchise. We think about like what's some of the other ones that people saying gonna be nominated. Alan Wake, I don't know, that's a sequel. So this is a brand new IP. And I believe the game should 100% be nominated. Will it be? I think it will. If it's not nominated, oh man.
Yeah, you know what's funny is Kid Smooth said if Starfield is not nominated, he's picking up his pitchfork. And I was like, I'm sure it's gonna be a lot.
I don't pay him no mind, man. Once he said Apple need to buy Xbox, get out of here.
So he
lost
said that
credibility after that one, bro.
He said that. And I was like, look, I won't pick up a pitchfork unless I see, and and Darren know where I'm going with this, unless I see that eyesore known as Final Fantasy 16 on that damn list,
That
and
better
not
not be on
Starfield. If I see Final Fantasy 16 on that list when Starfield isn't, that's when I'm like, okay, now we going.
If that happens,
man.
Addict, if Final Fantasy 16 is on that nomination list and Starfield isn't, I'm gonna pick up my pitchfork too because, bro.
So hold on. Let's say Final Fantasy 16 is on there. Are you boycotting the video game awards? Because I know I'm not. And
Starfield is not.
Yes.
Yep.
So you won't live stream it or anything?
Nope.
See, I can't do that because King would kill me if I didn't show up to that.
Me personally, if Final Fantasy is there, I can't boycott that thing because of where I am in the community, right? So even if I don't agree with what Homeboy is talking about, or even if I don't agree with what his show is talking about, if I'm there at the show, I can ask hard-hitting questions. I can ask the questions, and then he can deflect it, he can play around it, he can do whatever. But as long as our community get a chance to ask those questions on why, then I believe that our voices need to be heard. Because I think if we turn the mute button on him and we don't give him a chance to explain himself or explain the process, then we're doing more harm than good, because we're at a point now where we have a ability to have these conversations with these individuals. We could sit in rooms with these individuals. I've been in rooms with him. So these conversations should be had. And if they aren't had, then we're doing ourselves a disservice for the next game that we feel that should be nominated, and maybe a review process need a restructuring.
I felt like Final Fantasy 16, might have been a good action adventure game, but I didn't see it as that. I saw it as a Final Fantasy game. And to me, the key components that made Final Fantasy was lacking in that game. If you like that game, chances are, to me, and I know that it's not everyone, but the majority of the people that love the older Final Fantasies, they did not like 16. Now, obviously, that's not everybody. I'm sure there's some weirdos in the chat that liked it and like Final Fantasy. And, it is what it is at this point, guys. I'm going to have to look at your Final Fantasy card. You're going to have to put them stats up. You got to post that shit on Twitter. Where is these stats? I got to see. You had to be Final Fantasy 7, 8, 10, and then maybe I'll start to consider your opinion when it comes to Final Fantasy 16 as a Final Fantasy. And now I'll take your opinion if Final Fantasy 16 is a good game in general. But if you did not if you liked Final Fantasy 16 and you claim that you was a fan of older Final Fantasies, I'm gonna need to check them cards. It's just how it is. Ever since King met me, he knows I've been about these Final Fantasy streets.
Facts.
All right, so very much to talk about when it comes to that. I'm very curious to see what happens in the future. I think next week's gonna be a very interesting week. I really, I'm gonna make one hell of a video. All right, so let's get into these super chats real quick. We got a $2 super chat from Marvin Ginyard. MBG won't quit gaming. He's all come and no bite. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Did you see that, King? Did you see where he said he would not game anymore under if Xbox wins because they just buying everything. I guess he's out watching Marvel movies.
I don't care about.
It's the same thing. It's like Marvel was dominating because they bought everything.
Well, his opinion isn't valid, because when Sony was blackballing people and boxing people out the industry, doing underhanded tactics, and really locking people out, they locked Sega out. Mm-hmm. They did these things. They locked Nintendo out. It's a reason why Nintendo didn't have third-party support. It was what you thought, that people just woke up and said, "Nah, I don't want to mess with Nintendo." Like, you got to do your homework. Do your homework, bro. Like, you guys, it hit different when you read. It hit different when you actually research something. So when people are disingenuous with their agendas, you ain't saving Kong. And I don't care if you don't play any game ever again. I don't care if you take your controller and throw it away. I don't care if you break your PlayStation. Gaming is going to continue without you. It was there before you, and it's going to continue without you. Just because you got a YouTube channel and you think that your opinion sways anybody's feelings, no, they heard you when you said don't go buy Call of Duty, and they went out and purchased Call of Duty. Nobody listening to you, bro. You just entertainment for the moment. So all that dealing in, oh, I'm gonna do this if this happens. Stop dealing in infinites and making concrete declarations. You don't have to. If Xbox win, you'll be disappointed. I'ma still game, but I'm gonna be disappointed. That's it.
It's like that thing. It's like, I'm a bitch. I'm gonna be quiet, but I'm still bitch. It's like equivalent to like hating on Destiny but playing it offline.
Yes, dudes do it all the time. Have a whole stock account. You don't think I know half the dudes that come at me but don't come at me with their real account? They say something stupid.
They got like 2 followers on Twitter.
No, but right. I know the individuals because the stuff that they say, I'm like, I know who you are.
Right.
All right, but you don't say it with your real account because you know I catch you in traffic, right? So it's just the equivalent of that fraudery. These dudes are frauds. You can hold them to it. I'm gonna tell him Microsoft is gonna win this generation. Microsoft is gonna bury you dudes. Microsoft is gonna buy everything out, and you're gonna sit there and still game. Clip this, bring it back, show it to him later. You're gonna play.
Yo, clip this, put it on Twitter. Use that clip feature after the podcast. We're gonna go ahead and move on then. $5 super chat from Randy G. Let me go back to this. What's up, guys? A high Metacritic score does not make a good game. A game good. There are 90 plus games that I find boring and regret buying. I would actually agree on a couple different standards. You know, a lot of people didn't like the last Metal Gear Solid 5. And it got really high.
I hated it, bro. I hated
it. And to me, that Metacritic score is way easier to manipulate than people think.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It's way easier to manipulate than people think, even just by fear. You know, I get Spider-Man 2, all these bugs, I'm still going to give it a 9 out of 10 because I'm worried maybe, you know, if I come too hard on this game for the bugs, you know, Sony isn't going to, you know, mess with me in the future.
Absolutely, 100%. Because you saw what they did with Survivor, because they gave Horizon Forbidden West a bad score, and they didn't send them any more games to review.
And Survivor gave Spider-Man 9 out of 10. I wonder if they did that to get in Sony's good graces,
Probably.
Or they believe that. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm not going to tell people's individual reviews. Pixelbit G, been a member for 46 months. Man, that's almost as long as being my girl been together. Final Fantasy, that's crazy. You became a member around the time I got with my girl. Final Fantasy 15 had a cup of noodles, signs, and trucks you could eat from.
Yep. I just saw somebody, my boy Joey just sent it to me. Yep.
You got to find out.
Had Monster Energy.
Some Efren Bentes. He said, I remember True Crimes New York was sponsored by Motorola, and you hear hello Moto all the time.
Yeah, I do remember that. I remember that.
Got a $2 subscribe from Sir X-Man. Streaming ads came from no one's watching cable TV. And you know what's funny? Look, I do agree that the price is going up, is starting to mimic a little bit on TV. But he's like, you don't have to get, here's the thing, you don't have to get all these services. You don't. You can literally just get one that has the hottest stuff on, watch what you want to watch, and then cancel that, move on to the next one that has the hottest stuff for the next. Sure, sometimes if you want to watch multiple shows, you'll have to have multiple subscriptions, going at the same time. But most of the time, and me and King, we watch a lot of TV shows and stuff. It's very rare that there's 2 or 3 big popular shows on multiple different networks. Most of the time, they're pretty spread out.
The problem is, Addict, people are lazy, and they get a service and they forget about it. And when they do remember, then it has something that they want to see. So then they're trapped in this perpetual cycle. That's why there's apps out there that they'll let you know how long you've been watching certain stuff or how many times you open up an app, and if you want to delete that service off. So, because people are absolutely lazy, and it's purchase and forget. We do that a lot. So I don't begrudge a lot of people for being wary in what's going on, because sometimes people get caught up in life and you forget.
Okay, yeah. So, will you? Here, I'm gonna get the super chat. I gotta do something real quick. Dirt, will you get that super chat for me?
The angry therapist with the 2 RoboCop should get a nomination.
It should get a nomination for best nostalgia game, bro.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet. I mean, I bought it, but I haven't played it yet.
Yo, Dirt, I was watching somebody playing this, and excuse me, I'm sorry, I forgot who you were, but at night sometimes I'm going through people's channels. You got like 4 or 5 viewers. I'm jumping in, I'm watching, I'm getting a like, and he had like probably like 6 viewers watching, and he was playing RoboCop, and I'm so thirsty to see the game if they did it right, and the level of dismemberment and death and stuff like that is true to the TV show or the movie. And I was like, yo, this is so dope. The likeness of his partner, everything, Ed 209, everything looked really good. So I'm like, it was like a little time capsule for me.
Nice.
All right, so
I can't wait to check it out after I beat out.
You're gonna have some fun, yeah.
We got nominations should be based on impact and innovation. People talked about Spider-Man 2, Final Fantasy 16 2 weeks, and then they think these games should be there. I agree. See, here's the thing. I've always thought that, you know, they'll put like stuff like best game of 2023, the best racer. Like, to me, game of the year is what impacted the industry the most. What was talked about the most, what took the Twitter streets the most, what took YouTube the most. Like, when Elden Ring came out, it shut the whole internet down. That is why Elden Ring won Game of the Year. When Overwatch came out, even though if you didn't agree that game should have won Game of the Year, when Overwatch came out, it shut the internet down. Like, because it had impact. I don't personally think the best game of the year doesn't always necessarily have to be the best game that came out this year. It has to be the most impactful. Most of the time, they're 2 and 2 together. They're going to be the best game. It's going to be the most impactful in a mildly positive way.
I think that the only problem that you're having here is you want people to be clear-minded thinking individuals and not thinking with try to save Kong mentality, because both of those games that he just put up are PlayStation games, or games that are on the PlayStation platform only at this moment. And those individuals feel entitled to have their games rated a 10 and being Game of the Year nominations every year. They feel some sense of accomplishment that their games are nominated and their games are rated high. They feel some sense of accomplishment because they feel that they are part of an elitist group. Maybe in their lives they don't have stuff to look forward to, but these games give them some form of validation. And I think y'all should really take a look at yourselves and say, I'm not going to tie myself down to our identity of a corporation that can disappear at any moment. I know a lot of y'all guys say, "Oh, you champion Xbox, you this, that, and the third with Xbox." Yeah, Xbox can go away just like everybody else, bro. I champion NEC, I champion a lot of people, but at the end of the day, don't tie your identity to a box. And if a box doesn't get nominated or a game doesn't get nominated from your box, you don't lose anything. All you did was participate by purchasing.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like, even like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I felt like the Spider-Man 2, like Twitter talks and YouTube talks, it kind of didn't die down, but it toned down really fast.
Because it was broken.
It felt like a week, and it was just everyone's talking. And maybe it's because it was around like Alan Wake 2, so it was easier to jump to another game quicker. But I felt like Baldur's Gate, people talked about that for like a month straight. Starfield, people talked about that for like a month straight. Yeah. I felt like Zelda was dead in like a week.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I agree with what you're saying, because Elden Ring, I'm not a fan of From Software games, but the hype surrounding that game and what people was talking about,
there's no denying it.
I bought it because I was like, I got to try this damn game.
King did the same thing.
Dirt. I don't play those games.
Me either, bro.
I ended that game. I know life. Adam can tell you, I was playing that game so hard.
You finished it?
Yeah.
We have a something on the Patreon where in the members where it was I joined one of King's. He was fighting a boss. He was fighting a mage in the giant tower, and I was just doing, because I was so high level, she couldn't hurt me, but she could just mess up King. And I'm sitting here going around. I'm literally just emoting.
Yeah, he's just doing weird stuff in the background. The game, what I'm waiting for the DLC. Yeah, I was playing the game so hard, Dirk. I got to a point where I started looking at builds, and when a game consumes your soul is when you're sleeping and you're thinking about said game. You wake up and you're thinking about the game. You go to work, you can't wait to get back home for the game. And I'm thinking about builds and how to get this weapon or how to do this. And I'm looking for DLC for this game. I thought this year was going to be it. So I hope at the Game Awards we get DLC for Elden Ring. I hope, I pray, because I think the game is fat.
Yeah, and then we got Bone Slave with the $2 super chat. IOP, baby, let's go. Appreciate
that's Tally
the,
family. Bone, what's good, baby?
I definitely appreciate all the support. So let's move on to Xbox visiting Blizzard, because it normally I wouldn't talk about something like this, but this was interesting because even Mike Ibarra came out and was like, essentially, and obviously I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, Phil pretty much came in here and said, you guys are getting your independence back. Like now it's not Activision, Blizzard, King. To me, the energy they're throwing out, it's Activision, then Blizzard, then King. Like it's three companies. They're not working together anymore. Not necessarily not working together. I'm sure they'll still work together because they probably have really good chemistry. But like these companies aren't like. I felt like if something would happen in Call of Duty, I guarantee you, Blizzard was on a phone call. I need you to help me with this. And I'm not saying that couldn't happen, but I do think these studios are going to be able to actually work on their own stuff from now on. Like they're not going to have to just go off of what's going on. They'll be able to work on their own game. So, King, what do you think about that, man? I personally feel like Blizzard is going to be one of Xbox's top studios.
Well, with Mikey Barr in charge, I don't know if he sticks around any further, but the ability to have the freedom to financially move how you want to move. And not saying that Activision didn't have the bread. Activision had the bread to move around however they wanted to move because they lucked up into having Call of Duty turn into one of the most successful juggernauts in the industry right now. And then when they switched to Warzone, you had that Warzone reoccurring money that could fund a lot of projects. I think he sees the level of freedom with the hierarchy that's in charge. Bobby Kotick was worried only about Call of Duty and everything else can happen after the fact. I think Phil thinks more about the broader and looks at Blizzard and says, okay, Blizzard, what's IPs that you got that you wanted to work on? And you don't have to be holding to a schedule that has to tie down to Call of Duty. Because Call of Duty must come out every year and must come out at a certain time. So the schedule is this, and you got to figure out how to fit your games in the schedule whenever there's a downtime, from Warzone to DLC to whatever. Even though your game doesn't compete necessarily in its same genre, your game competes in the same building. So they don't want an overshadow. Say, look at the downtrends. Okay, so your game could slot into this month from this month. We're going to have a downtime. Let's put your game in there. And I think now they don't have that restriction any longer because Microsoft will still keep over Call of Duty. It'll still be all over the place. But the fact of the matter is they recognize Blizzard and King as separate entities that bring something different to the pot that they are looking for, because they went specifically for these three companies that are in one company to get unique stuff from all three of them.
Yeah, and I think to me what's happening here is I personally feel like Blizzard's always been mad talented. I just think, because they were answering to Activision at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But now they are their own company, and I feel like there's less red tape. I think there's more creative freedom because you reach out to Activision, to Bobby, like, yo, I want to, because it was rumored that, Jason Schreier said that StarCraft might not be an RTS. You go up to Bobby, like, yo, we make decent money from StarCraft as the RTS. We kind of want to do something different with it. Is it making Call of Duty money? Probably not out the gate. No, then no. You work on what you work on. Overwatch making us money. Go do that. And to me, now it's going to be freed up a little bit because there's not going to. It's not necessarily they're not going to care about the money, because they're definitely going to care about the money. But I feel like you're not going to be compared to Call of Duty every time you try to do something. What do you think, Dirk?
Yeah, that's a great point. I believe, you know, I don't know how you guys are at your jobs, or I know King, you got your own thing. But morale is very important at your job, right? My job, they're always talking about morale. They have these surveys to, see, hey, go Packers, why don't you do me a favor and go ahead and get out of here, punk.
What did he say, yo?
He Xbox ain't got nothing. He coming here talking that trash, boy.
Well, I mean, it's soon to have everything, and you gonna have nothing to say. Like, God bless, stick around, watch the party, baby. I don't ever want to block you. I want you to stick around and respect. We're gonna make you bend the knee. If you won't bend it now, you're gonna bend it later. Get your knees ready. Pause.
So, like I was saying, like Adam, like you just made a great point. Maybe because like maybe when Blizzard became part of Activision, they kind of, like you said, maybe they will compare certain numbers to Call of Duty. Maybe they will compare certain stuff to Activision themselves. But now, since they're on the Microsoft, on the Xbox, maybe Phil Spencer just wants them to do their own thing. Maybe he might give them a little carte blanche to do what they want to do. Not full carte blanche, but just do what y'all want to do. We trust you guys. We want you guys to be your own thing, even though you're all up on the Xbox. It was Activision, Blizzard, King. They're all up on the Xbox now. So, hey, just do your thing. Mike Ybarra, he seems to be happy. I guess maybe. So we'll see what happens with Blizzard. I'm not really into their games right now, but because I'm a bot, I plan on trying to get into some of their games in the future. So I think the morale seems high at Xbox Game Studios. We seeing a lot of promotions. And look, man,
they said they didn't like some of those promotions. They thought the promotion was diversity higher.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That's why these guys pieces of trash. That's why guys like Go Packers, I just block his punk ass. I don't care. I don't care about his opinion. I don't care about nothing.
I want him to stick around. My mama always told me, make your enemies watch you eat. We eating good over here, baby.
Well,
hey,
cool.
Tomorrow Wild Heart come out. Game Pass. We ain't got games. Y'all really ain't got no games. That 7 hours is over for Spiderman. That buggy mess. Get back to business.
Hey, I guess I might be a little different because my mom told me if your enemy is the ops, don't let them around here. So
my mama say wound him so his friends can come pick him up and you can take his friends out too. That's how snipers do. We leave you right there, boom, and you down. We just go put you in the leg, just in the leg, baby.
He's like, use him as a
bait.
As bait. It's just what we do in Fortnite.
Well, we got different methods. Hey,
that's why we have different team members.
We snipe them on sight.
Nah, you know when you in the field with me, when I hit you in the shoulder, and you behind the wall, and you looking around, and you talking on your radio, I'm pinned down. I need backup. We're going to take all your backup out first.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's just, there's a lot of things that's going on in the industry. We definitely going to have to. I think Blizzard is going to be a fantastic company. I think they're going to, especially
flourish on the Xbox.
Yeah, and I also think that StarCraft is a different game. They might make it like a Mass Effect type of style game, or maybe even just make like a really nice action based game off of it. There's a lot of options that they can do, and I think that's the part that people forget is like Activision and Blizzard, especially King is just doing King, but Activision and Blizzard, they were kind of not doing anything extra anymore. They weren't,
right.
Trying anything new. And to me, it was never going to change because they were making too much money. And under Xbox, they could take more risks. Sure, are they going to let them be like, don't make Call of Duty? No. Call of Duty is still going to come out. But I do think that they might do a different approach on Call of Duty. So it is what it is when it comes to that. I think that we'll go ahead and get these super chats real quick. We got a $2 super chat from THX1138. Microsoft was trying to acquire Blizzard in OG Xbox days. I did hear about that. I did hear about that. Did you guys ever hear about that?
Microsoft was trying to buy
If they're
everybody.
trying to buy everybody, man, they're trying to buy Nintendo. So I wouldn't be surprised by that.
Yo, got him. Yo, by hook or crook, son. You in the book, son. We got you, son. I don't care how you slice it, son. You part of Xbox family.
King, while I'm reading these super chats, you need to get to that title, man. You need to get to that title on your channel.
I did it already.
Oh, okay. I'll refresh you in a second.
When I mute myself, that's what I was doing.
Okay. We got $10 super chat from Delilah HD. Did you all check out the Sarah Bond recent interview? I would love to hear your thoughts. I couldn't find.
I did not get a chance to watch it.
I put it in the chat.
Saying like she had a recent interview, and I went on YouTube to look for it because I was going to make that my video today. But when I could only find an interview that was like a month old. Like, so it's
this one.
I think that's the one. I think that's
talking about the one from GameSpot, right, Delilah?
Yeah, because to me it seemed like I saw so many clips and stuff. I figured it was like done yesterday or today.
No, okay, so
you guys know how it is. I didn't want to go out there and quote something that happened a month ago. People like, Attic, you were looking at the wrong interview. Like,
no. Well, this interview went up by Luis Joshua Gutierrez from what is this site from GameSpot? You know how Xbox Game Pass succeeded. According to Microsoft, and Xbox Sarah Bond had studied services like Netflix and Spotify. Listen, her diverse background allows her to have the ability to be flexible because she came from T-Mobile and she was best in class. She was best and brightest. And I explained that in my video. If any of y'all checked out my video on Xbox Frontline yesterday that I dropped, it went into people talking about a diversity hire, how I felt as a woman of color, y'all don't really understand exactly the obstacles that this woman has to jump through and go through to get to where she has to be. So if you thought it was a diversity hire, you're out of your mind. This is a white man's dominated industry. Yep. Right. And I had that told to me by people that are in the industry that happen to be of that persuasion. Right. So that's any female that you see in any of these positions. So if you think anything is given to them, you're out of your mind. Right. It's especially being head of Xbox. You got to be out of your mind. But the fact of the matter is this. Go look at her credentials. With that interview, and I'm glad the interview came out a day after my video because it eloquates the tenacity that her team had. They looked at Game Pass and said, was it a viable option? Was it something that they needed to have? Because will people purchase? They had the hard-hitting questions. Are these questions like, is Game Pass something that is going to sustain itself? Do people want to purchase, have physical, or have other means in getting games, or would they be in a subscription service? So the analytics proved her to be right, and the fact that her track record showed you Game Pass is a success and stuff has happened. The team around her helped cultivate a lot of things. So if you thought somebody made it into a position that prominent, if you think these conglomerates is giving out checks to people that big, those checks, just because your skin color, you're out of your mind. They would rather have AI running stuff and save those checks opposed to having somebody, just because you got color. This is not McDonald's, bro. And we don't have a manager just because he's Hispanic in his Hispanic area. That's not this. Be real and stop using your insecurities, your misogynistic tendencies, and your inability to see past your own brow to formulate opinions that should not come out of your mouth.
Yeah, and not to mention, like, people sitting there. Well, what I don't like is like, it doesn't matter. It's like when it comes to, because I was talking to my friend and we were talking about the, what's going on with that movie. What's the Spiderman movie with the female Spider-Man? Oh,
you talking about Into the Spider-Verse?
Madam Web.
Oh, you mean Madam Web?
Yeah, and I was talking to him, and the crew that was on it, I was like, that sounds like a solid movie. And it's sad because it's like, I feel like there is a lot of stuff going on that, people stick to some kind of narrative because that's what they feel like the social aspects want. But I feel like people are starting to snipe that no matter what it is. Like, it doesn't matter who gets hired. It's a diversity hire. It doesn't matter what movie comes out. If it has a female lead, it's pandering. Like, sometimes things just happen because they're good movies or good people at what they do. Right, it doesn't. Yeah. But the problem is I think it's happening so much that people are just putting it all together. It's like it's not it's not a red, it's not a white and black thing.
Right.
Like
Well-
there is stuff that's in the middle. Like
Well,
it's
when it comes to movies, and I'm gonna say this right because I heard people saying it with Black Panther. Ryan Coogler wanted to replace Black Panther, right? Disney didn't want to replace him. Now, in the comic books, Shuri does take up the mantle of the Black Panther when T'Challa becomes the keeper of the dead, right? He becomes the protector of the dead, and Shuri becomes the Black Panther. In that movie, they accelerated that. All right. What I don't like is when they gender swap a character just for the sake of gender swapping a character, like they did in Taskmaster. Taskmaster is a male character. Taskmaster powers are done in a way that is he has a photogenic memory that he can mimic anybody's movements, and they removed that from it. They fundamentally changed the character and then they gender swapped the character. That's where I had a problem with.
What made it worse is Taskmaster's the one that showed up in Black Widow, right? So it's like that was a prominently like female cast. So it's like instead of having Taskmaster or a man, they're like, let's just switch him into a woman for no reason.
But
like,
the thing is, you can't have a woman beating on a man, and you can't have a man beating on a woman because
so that's
now
probably
in this
why they did it.
society,
I didn't even think about that. That's probably why they did it.
Right. Now in this society that we live in right now, where everybody's so sensitive and their skin is so thin that we can't have actual fight scenes to show you that the Black Widow can take down any man, woman, or child with no problem. But we got to have it, pit a woman against a woman because it's more palatable to the audience. I don't believe in that.
You know what's crazy? Remember back in the day, and I know we're getting off tangent a little bit, when like Black Widow was like tied to the chair and all those dudes were in there trying to interrogate her, and then she got what she wanted from them, and she's like, and she got like a call out of her ear, but she's like, I'll be there in 10. And like she just whooped all of them. It didn't matter. Like it's like, but I feel like that was the old Marvel. Like that we'll get into this next topic because it's just I feel like that conversation ain't gonna end well for anyone. It is what it is. At this point, it's like either you like it or you don't like it. Like, all right, so let's talk about GTA 5.
6
GTA 6. Yeah, it's 5's been around so long, I'm confusing the two.
Yeah, man.
GTA 6 has officially been confirmed that it's going to get announced next month, and most likely the Video Game Awards. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't the Video Game Awards.
They said early December, and the Video Game Awards is usually early December, right?
I think it's the 6th.
Yeah, so that's
if I remember correctly. People in the chat, tell me if it's the 6th or not.
So they're gonna show it.
Yeah, so it's just like, do you think that obviously this is going to be a huge moment in the gaming. It's been a long time people have been wanting this, but I kind of feel like, and me personally, like the hype for me is down. Like it's just like so many years of GTA 5 online, and it's just like I'm not even excited for 6 anymore. Like it just, I feel like so many years have went by. Obviously I'm still gonna play it, but like as of right now, we haven't seen the trailer. GTA 5's trailer did a really good job hyping me up into that game. So I'm hoping I'm going to get something similar. But I'm kind of curious on your guys' thing. Like, where are you at right now with GTA 6? We'll start with Dirk.
Yeah, I'm hyped for it, man. Listen, I was scrolling my timeline on X, and I follow a lot of sports stuff, a lot of NBA people. They were talking about GTA 6. Sports guys was talking about GTA 6. This game is going to, man, I'm hyped for it because I felt that GTA 5 was a freaking masterpiece. The only thing I hate that I played it on the PS4 because at the time they had on games. I said, man, I need to buy something for this damn console. Wish I would have bought it on Xbox, but the game is going to be massive. And I'm hyped for it, and I'm hyped before the trailer. One, they're going back to Vice City, aka Miami.
Yeah, that's going to be nice. I like Vice
GTA.
City.
Yeah, I love the LA setting, San Andreas, but I also love Vice City. They're gonna have 2 protagonists, supposedly brother and sister. I can't wait for it, man. We saw some leak footage of it. Even the leak footage that was early looked good to me. So I'm excited for the game, man. I felt that GTA 5 was a masterpiece. And I'm looking forward to this one, bro.
So, King, King. When it comes to GTA 6, I don't think we've actually really, talked about GTA 6 a whole lot. So I'm kind of curious what your opinion is when it comes to GTA 6. Like, I don't even 5 has been out so long. I didn't even meet you before 5 came out. So I don't even know if you played 5. I assume you did, but I don't even know if you did.
Well, I played the hell out of the game. I played all the GTAs. San Andreas is my best one.
Fire. Man, they should remake that one, bro.
They need to remake all of them and put them in a nice package,
but remake it properly.
One.
A real remake.
A real one. Yeah. Wait a second, right? Because they did that. I don't share your opinion. Like, I don't share your opinion like it's died down. Right. It's just dudes been taught to sit down and shut up and wait for it. That's what they've been taught.
Because it's gonna be worth it. Because it's gonna be worth
it. We hope, we pray. I don't think anything can live up to expectations of what we have for this game. The leak footage that I saw, we would have had this game probably this year. This would, if it would have came out this year, we could have honestly said this would have been the greatest year in video game history. Right. If it would have came out this year, right? But it got pushed back because of the leak and holding them hostage and all that other crap. I'm telling you, if you think the phenomena of Call of Duty or Fortnite is something, when this game shows, it's going to break the internet. It's going to break the timeline. It's going to break the zeitgeist. It's going to, and if they put the trailer and then say pre-orders is live, I guarantee you it's going to sell 10 million by the time you finish watching the trailer. I can guarantee you the pre-orders alone is going to be 15 to 20 million by the time the trailer is over. That's going to be the highest grossest selling game when it releases. Easily.
Okay, I feel you. King, check your title. I changed it. I'm getting what you think. Okay. To me, I'm gonna be real with you. I love Resident Evil, GTA 5. Like, I thought GTA 5 was a fantastic game. I love the story more than anything. Now, my brother in there, he got I don't even know how many hours in GTA 5. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. He's got everything owns in the game. The amount of stuff that he owns in GTA 5 is just ridiculous on the online. He's had. Well, I remember one time he had a glitch and he lost everything. All of the stuff in all of his warehouses. He lost all of his ships and stuff or whatever it is. And he's sitting there and he's stressed. He's like, I'm done with this game. I'm like, dude, call Rockstar. Because this ain't your fault. This was a glitch. So he called Rockstar, and they didn't give him his stuff back. They gave him the amount of money he spent to get all that stuff. And I was like, you going to buy all that stuff back? He's like, nah, it's so many more possibilities now. Because he had all that money. And he was like, I don't know what to buy first.
He didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Hey, but listen.
You know what I didn't know? That the PC dudes, so I didn't know this aspect of Grand Theft Auto. My stupid behind only knows the story. I don't know nothing about Grand Theft Auto online.
It's huge, bro.
It's the most innovative thing that I've ever seen.
Yes.
These dudes actually use their real cell phones when they're playing this game, right? Yeah. And is this one dude
that GTA RPG role playing stuff? I saw MBG 3MG. I saw him playing that, and what was crazy is he was negotiating a drug deal.
Man, it's crazy, bro.
Yo, Dirk. I'm watching this one guy. He's a hired hitman, right?
Right.
They got cops. They got people literally driving around pretending to be the cops.
Yo, but they know them. And I heard him. He set a dude up. He was texting. He said, "Yo, we're gonna meet over here. Give me the money, and I want you to knock off this dude for me. He's at a tire shop. The dude's a hitman." And he went through. I said, "Yo, I didn't know this level of the game existed,
bro. That
you can become your character."
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, they got movies on YouTube. People did 2-hour movies in GTA 5 online.
Okay, what I do want to do, I hate to cut this topic short because Dark gonna have to leave here really, really soon, and I just want his initial opinions on the Spider-Man patch. Because we were one of the people that was saying this game definitely has some bugs in it, and people were calling us liars. And I want your opinion real quick before you head out. What is your opinion on them putting a patch to fix issues that apparently didn't exist?
Well, I think it's a fake patch, Addict.
Because
those bugs didn't exist. The bugs wasn't real. The bugs were something that people was forcing. So I don't know if you saw the list of bug fixes. It's a pretty substantial list, but apparently it's a fake ass list, man. I mean, it's a fake ass patch because bugs didn't exist.
We
said we were forcing it.
Let's look.
I don't think that's all of it, is it?
No, it's just one of it. All right. So addresses an issue where NPCs could spawn on top of each other in boats. Guess that never happened. I don't know what happened with that. This doesn't exist.
It was force mine. It was force mine.
Address an issue where MJ could be defeated in one hit on higher difficulty settings. Address multiple issues where hiding the HUD could cause submissions to fail to trigger. Addressing an issue where collision was missing on the floor in the harbor. Further addresses issues where players could become stuck in the final of the Miracle of Memories. Addressing issues where a player could swap characters during the defeat sequence. How do you swap characters with people?
It has no bugs, Addict. This is a fake patch.
Addresses an issue where players could be stuck running in a wall. Addresses an issue where the wrong Spider-Man could receive phone calls that the players switched characters during a call.
That happened to me. I got Miles phone calls where I was supposed to be getting Peter phone calls.
Listen to this one. Addressed an issue where the player could lose the ability to jump in a Spider-Man game. Address multiple issues, where inputs would not register after zipping to a point. So if you use the most basic function in the game, you couldn't move anymore. That's crazy. Address an issue where the game would not properly reload after defeating by a boss. That happened to me a bunch. That one happened to me. Address an issue where Peter Parker could become stuck on a bench or railing. Yeah, that happened a lot too. Address an issue where Spider-Man could clip through the map and become stuck during combat.
Yeah.
Hey King, does this seem like a 10 out of 10 game?
I never said it was. I said it was an 8.
No, I'm talking about everything you've seen online,
bro.
People were trying to say that we were forcing these.
It hurt my heart. This hurts my heart, bro. Like you don't know how bad I would champion this game in my soul. Like you have no idea. This hurts me so bad.
And
the fact that they got the Puerto Rican flag wrong,
me and Dirt were laughing because we knew this was going to happen. Like we knew this patch was going to happen. Go ahead and take off, Dirt, so you have a couple minutes before you get on the other show.
Dirt.
All right, I thought you guys were about to go to Boom Show.
All right, so we got one half of the Oreo going.
Yeah, man. So now it's just
one
half of the Oreo going.
You know when you push the top?
Yeah. Someone just took off the black top and now it's just the white and the black.
Yeah, somebody gonna eat the top of the cookie. And later, my waist twin.
All right, brothers. I'll see y'all later, man.
The waist butters.
Waist butters. All right,
yeah, we got to do a show called the waist butters.
The waist butters. I love it.
Right,
so I just want to point that out. It's like these issues were real. Like this wasn't something that was done on purpose. Like these issues were real. They actually happened. That's the part that annoyed me, King. People were acting like the people that were coming across these issues were forcing it, and it just wasn't the case.
Addict, it's like a dude knowing that don't want to believe his girl is cheating. Like everybody calling him, telling him, yo, she cheating, she out with this too. Like, nah, not my girl. Nah, until you got to see the facts. And then they show you the facts and they can look at it and be like, no, that ain't happened. You making this up. That's Photoshop. She ain't with that dude until you actually physically there. It happened to me. I wanted this game to be the best. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care how much y'all dudes say that, I'm down for Xbox. When it comes to certain stuff, man, I'm 100%. I don't want to see a broken game ever. The worst thing in the world is you going to purchase a game with your money and you get home and it's not what you expect it to be. I don't ever want anyone to have that type of experience. I don't care what side of the fence I'm on. I don't ever want that to happen. And the fact of the matter that people are in denial over that because they want it to be something that it's not, they have a problem with themselves, because I'm telling you, I love the game more than anybody else. Trust me when I tell you this. I have the exact Spider-Man right here. The Sony Spider-Man in the Spider-Man suit right here. I got him right there. Statue. I wanted it to win. I wanted it to win. And I didn't accept the fact that it lost Game of the Year in 2018. And I don't accept I probably don't accept it this year. But the bugs is real. The game was rushed. And we're gonna have to come to the fact that Sucker Punch knows this. Insomniac knows this, and Insomniac is doing the work in the background. I had like 7 patches to the game from when I was playing it before this major patch. And I'm not going back to the game. I done platinum the game. I'm not going back to the game. So whatever they do to the game now, it's whatever. But Insomniac knew, and I think Insomniac was pushed. They had to push the game out. It sucks. So it sucks that we gonna get a messed up product, and then people gonna rank them over the coals for actually fixing the bad product.
Yeah, I feel you on that. All right, so last topic, man. This is gonna be a pretty quick one here, and I know the chat is upset about this just as much. We're gonna talk about this Call of Duty thing. Me and King talked about it on ILP, and I wanted Dirt, but I didn't want to keep him in here till all the way up to his other podcast. I wanted him to get a little bit of time to go get something to drink, maybe use the bathroom, and plus, we don't have corporate cog here either. We can really go in. Nah, I'm just like look. We all know, we were talking earlier about the Metacritic situation, right, and whether or not this whole infrastructure needs to be rehauled. I just want your opinion on the matter, King. We don't have to talk about the direct IGN giving Call of Duty a 4. And at the end of the day, it's that person's opinion. I've already went over the things I found on it. Investigator addict. That's what people were calling me in the chat. And I just want your overall opinion on that, because to me, when I look at something like this, and I look at only really reviewing Sony products like the Horizon DLC, the Horizon VR game, reviewing God of War and Spider-Man, and the majority of the other stuff, if not all the other stuff this person's reviewed for foreseeable future, was all TV stuff. And it's like, I want your opinion, your honest opinion on whether or not Metacritic needs to be rehauled.
Well, everything needs to be fixed and changed due to the scale of how games are now. I don't know how old Metacritic is, and I came from a time where we would get Game Informer, and they would rate games on fun factor. It was different things that they would rate games on, and then Metacritic and stuff came out, and they changed the way that we rate games. Now, it was in favor for one company at a period of time because that was used to tout that game was better than your game, and it's used more now as a bashing point to in the console wars, right? As a shield and a sword. So, but it's going to have to change, because you brought up earlier about Rotten Tomatoes, and people stopped listening to Rotten Tomatoes because we noticed an agenda against Marvel, and they would notoriously rate Marvel movies lower than needed be. Now, some of those movies weren't good. Like, some of the movies weren't up to what we would say is Marvel prestige standards. but they didn't deserve to get a 0 rating on Rotten Tomatoes or a 26 on Rotten Tomatoes and stuff like that. And a lot of the WB movies didn't deserve certain low scores on Rotten Tomatoes. And people started finding out when they did watch these movies that these movies actually were better than expected. And if they continue to use Rotten Tomatoes as a metric to their viewing pleasure, they were going to be at a disadvantage. It's happening now. Metacritic is doing it to themselves. So usually what happens is, in order to start something new, something must rise up from this, right? So maybe somebody's watching right now, and maybe some genius has formed some analytics that they're able to bring to fruition, and they're trying to push their analytics. And what I say is, go to people that you trust and listen to their reviews, because a lot of times you won't try something based on the consensus of the group. You have to be very strong-minded and strong-willed in order to go against the tide and say, I don't care what anybody says. I'm playing that game because I want to play the game, and I'm going to make and formulate my own opinion. Now in a society where everybody is talking about views and clicks and wanting to be having the most followers and most people around them, it's a little bit harder in the social media era. We have to come to a different consensus. Things has to change, but it has to be completely broken in order for that change to come.
Yeah, I'm there with you on it. You know, we've seen over and over again. I don't care what people say. You know, it's not a coincidence that Starfield rated better early on than later on. And I get it. People are saying, well, it's the people that sent the codes. Not everyone gave Starfield bad reviews after they got codes that didn't get codes. It just seemed like entitled media that didn't. And that's just my personal opinion on the matter. I don't know if that's true. I don't know these people's agendas, but all I know is like Eurogamer and all of them. And there was a few websites that literally said, I'm giving this a 6 no matter what. And it
you saw that. Yeah.
And to me, it's like, you know, if that's the case, if people gave this a 6 just as like a political statement, like a gaming political statement, shame on them. And, you know, the fact that Metacritic just allows that to just simmer on, like people were upset that that individual gave Spiderman a 7. And it's like, but you could flip that around. Like people were saying post before the game came out, the day one patch broke a lot of things. And then these are individuals playing the game after the patch.
Yeah.
And you would, it would make more sense that.
Hello? I think Addict's internet went out. Whoa, Addict is frozen. Can y'all guys hear me? He said they got him. Can y'all hear me still? Put ones in the chat if y'all can hear me. All right, so everybody's putting yes that they can hear me. Ones. All right, so this is the part where I froze Addict and I take over. Addict is gone, but I'm still here. All right, guys. What is that super chat? Man down. All right, yo, let me switch my glasses, because if I got to read super chats, then it's on, baby. Hey. Welcome to the first official Xbox Frontline show. Lord King. Listen, I want y'all to know tomorrow, so after this video right here, after this right now, Xbox Frontline is going to debut. We got to I did a video. Video's going to go up. It's going to be crazy. But at the same time, on Friday when the show go live, and it's a work in progress, people, because I'm still waiting for some stuff to happen. I got Graphic God finishing the overlays and all that other stuff, and then I got Sean LeBray on the intro. I got Dallas the Man doing the his vocals. But R.I.P. to Drumstar. He passed away, so he's not gonna do the beats this time. We're gonna be going with Dallas, checking out Dallas. We're gonna talk about that. But at the same time, I got a free game giveaway. All right, so we're gonna tear it up. It's gonna be a free game giveaway live on air. You know how I do. And don't forget, we made 2K. We did 2K. We at 2K now, yo. We did 2K fast as hell. I'm super excited that we did 2K. You guys did that. You guys pushed it. You guys did that. So don't forget, we got a statue giveaway. I got to sit down with Sovereign because he has to give me, like, it's a bot that takes all the members and then it rolls them around and then it spits it out, and then I got the winner. So it's gonna be, statue is gonna go out to the winner. I'm shipping out the statue. I'm fitting the bill to get shipped out to the individual. But this is it. My only caveat is we're gonna do a live Zoom call. It's going to be on the show, or if I record it or whatever, and then we're going to put it out because I want people to know that you real, that you won, you real, you support it. We got to start showing our unity, and that's how I give back. You understand? That's Addict's calling me. Hold on. What up, Addict?
I had a power outage.
Addict had a power outage. All right, so the Black Harry Potter with the $2 super chat. It's the Frontline show now. It's lit.
It's bootleg right now. Just go ahead. I'm not going to come back in. I'm just going to direct them to your thing the moment my internet pops up. So keep them distracted for like 2 minutes.
Well, okay, you heard that. I'm gonna keep you distracted for like 2 minutes.
Is the title fine?
Yeah, the title's perfect, bro.
Okay.
All right, Pete, do your thing. All right, so anyway, like I was saying, I'm gonna ship the statue out. We're gonna record it. We're gonna put it up, and it's the show to give back, right? And then when you're able to subscribe to the channels, soon as I get 100 subscribers, I'm giving away another statue. I don't know which one. I'm looking at them. I'm gonna figure out which one is gonna give away. Hold on. We got Mandingo McThickens, $5 super chat. Jim Ryan said the zesty goons after Addict. You never know when you're gonna need some Vaseline. Hey, yo! Definitely not. But all right, so check it out. That's gonna go out. And then on Patreon, when we get 100 Patreon members, another statue is gonna go out. So that's 3 statues in that period of time. And what I'm trying to do is, remember, it's going to be a live call-in show. I don't know if we're going to do it with Discord and pull people from the Discord. There he goes. Attic is back. That's my guy. Attic is back.
Did someone say Attic on his stomach? You guys got to stop with that.
Hey, yo.
All right, so I mean, we pretty much the whole point of that topic was because Dirt. I thought we would get through them quicker. Did we get all the super chats?
I believe I got all the super chats. Let me go back up. I wasn't keeping track of the super chat. If your super chat wasn't
all right, let me just get them just to be on the safe side. $5 super chat from Bay Area. Shout out to Attic and my dark homie Dirt, but especially to the man who has and will continue to hold the line down. King, glad to see you shine, brother.
Blessings.
Then we got a $2 super chat from Gone Mad. Has King ever done a full tour of the statues?
No, I've never done a full tour because I had 3 rooms and then I had to condense and all type of wild stuff.
And then we got a $2 per chat from the Angry Therapist MD. Man down. I guess that's when I left. Then we got a $2 per chat from TXX1138. Finish him fatality.
Yo, when you got stuck, I was like, what?
I forgot that I'm on StreamYard. See, if we was on OBS, this would be a wrap. I couldn't have done this. $2 super chat from the Black Harry Potter. It's the Frontline show now. It's lit. Oh my god. I don't even want to know what you were saying. Well, $5 super chat from Mendango McThickens. Jim Ryan sent them the Zisty Goons after Addict. You never know when you're gonna need some Vaseline. Oh my god. $2 super chat from Dobius the Ghost. Where did you buy your statues from, King?
Okay, so XM Studios, I buy them. I have a connect overseas that I buy them, and a lot of times I buy from Spec Fiction. So if anybody knows Spec Fiction, go to specfiction.net. If you know Todd Johnson on Facebook, that's my guy. If you need any links to it, let me know. I'll send it to you. And if you're just starting off, I would tell you to go to Sideshow, get a couple of statues from Sideshow. They're relatively cheap. You say you can get them anywhere from $150 all the way up to $1,000 and some change, depending on your space and depending on your desires.
You heard him, folks. So I have it already premiering. I'm gonna go ahead and send you guys over there. You'll have your little because what's funny is like when you premiere, it's got like a 3-minute wait period or something. Appreciate King for holding it down. I don't know what happened there, man. It's just like I had a flash for a couple seconds. It wasn't the whole house. It was just this though. It's kind of weird. So let me go ahead. Right there, I see it right there. So I'm gonna send you guys over there. Definitely, hit that like button, man. On your way out, hit the like button over there.
Please, we got 400 and some change. Hit that like button, please. We gave you great entertainment, and Addict definitely jump back in. Some people would have just, King dead the stream.
I wanted to make sure that it was a good here to there kind of thing. But I'll talk to you guys later. We're gonna send you guys over there. Peace.
Peace.